said more than just Lafayette on it. This was a Patriot League championship game. Every game is from here on out. The team stood up and made the plays, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the reigning Patriot League champion, and they've had kind of a down year, but they still were in the hunt, and it was nice to knock them out of that championship race.
What about the grit of this team? You and I have talked about it all week long. The team lost a heartbreaker at Georgetown, never gave up. Guys never gave in. They're always out there flying at practice. I mean, that's the attitude of this team, isn't it?
Yeah, one more play. We know we don't want to rely on getting the lucky calls or what the bad, not getting the bad call. All of those things, the randomness of football. We want to earn each victory, and we needed one more play against Georgetown. We didn't make it. We needed one more play here against Lafayette, and we got it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. It looked like with 6 seconds left, there would only be one play, but there was 1 second left, and Lafayette had another play. Talk about that because the receiver was in position to catch that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then again, it was just a huge job by our defense. I mean, not just on that play, but I mean, every play in the last 4 minutes of that game was a critical play, a critical stop. And we made the plays that we needed, including the fumble slash, illegal catch by the offensive lineman, the craziness of that. And it was just great to come away, in such a hard fought, even contest with the W.
You've been in a few of these. Georgetown comes to mind last year. Georgetown, 2 years in a row, were down to the wire. Last year's Lafayette game wasn't down to the wire. Did the guys in that locker room take that as an affront and say, well, today we're going to, get a little payback?
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, our worst game of the season a year ago was against Lafayette. Now, Lafayette turned out to be a really, really good football team last season, but we didn't click in all three phases. We left a lot of points out there on the field, and so it's nice to come back a year later against basically 80% of the same roster that was there a year ago, and to go toe to toe with them, and we weren't expecting to blow them out, but we were expecting to win, and that's exactly what we got.
Tariq Thomas, Ralph Rucker talked about it. Man, that guy just continues to get better and better. But the offensive line is where it starts, and those guys talk about grit. Wow, they did show it, didn't they?
Yeah, unbelievable job by them. It really was right up to a game time decision who was going to play where. Was John O'Negan going to stick at center or move out to tackle? And for us to be able to go out there, and that first drive just took away all concern because we went 75 yards right down the field and put it in the end zone. And that helped us, kind of get that confidence, that unsureness about, okay, hey, Jake Guy at center, and Jake Guy didn't even play last week, and just to be able to get to that, he maybe took 15 snaps at the center position this week in practice, and I think that just really put everybody at ease. And while we didn't score a lot of points, and we certainly probably still left a bunch of points out on the field, to be able to take possession and finish, if we didn't score, we finished in Lafayette's territory when there wasn't one time that we punted from inside or on just our side of the 50-yard line. So it's a great job of us, the consistency to go out there and move the ball on each and every down possession that we have.
The only negative is we don't know the status of TJ Cadden. Any update there?
No, nothing yet, and I haven't had a chance to review the play. Obviously, he is such an integral part, not just of our special teams play with his returns and his talent, but he also does a really good job as our fourth or fifth receiver in the game, and so we're gonna monitor that closely, and hopefully it's better than it might be. But yeah, he could be back next week. He could be done for the season. We'll just have to wait and find out.
Coach, next championship game is next Saturday here at Christie against Fordham, a team that Bucknell has not beaten in a long time, and just put forth every bit of effort next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that we've been, looking at going up against, and we've watched their season unfold. A very disappointing season for them, but they got the big win today against Colgate, and so they're going to be at a high, their first win of the season, and they're a talented team. We've watched them a lot on film when we're watching, for example, Lafayette or Georgetown. We've seen those games already, and so we've got a chance to see a lot of Fordham on film, and they're not without talent. They've had a couple of injuries, like kind of everybody has right now at this point in the season, and they've just been on the short end of a couple of tough games. Their game against Lafayette came down to the last play as well, just like ours did. So it's a talented football team, and we're going to have to go out and be even better next week than we were today here against Lafayette.
Well, today, championship game. You won that championship game. Congratulations, huge win.
All right, thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.